Spring CLI boosts developer productivity when creating new applications or adding features to existing applications. It is different from the Spring Boot CLI. It essentially clones existing projects to give you a new project with optional refactoring. So in essence, it provides rapid Spring Boot application development. You get a new Spring Boot app with the desired functionality which you can just run. In this video, we will first quickly install Spring CLI. Next, we will show how to create a Spring Boot app with a REST endpoint with no coding on our part. Finally, we will see how to clone an existing project of ours with package refactoring along the way. First, let me Google Spring CLI. Let's click this link, not the Spring Boot CLI link. Here, you can read more about it. In the Learn tab, here is a reference doc where you can read more about its usage. Let's click on Installation. There are installs for all major platforms. I am on a Mac, so I will use the command line install using brew. If you want to learn more about Homebrew and how to install it, please watch my video What is Homebrew and how to install and use it. Now, let me open up a terminal and paste this command. It starts installing. Spring CLI is installed. You can now invoke Spring CLI by typing Spring. Let's give the option of help and we see its usage commands. We can create a new project or add to an existing project. Let's create a new project. Now if I type Spring project list, it will show a list of predefined projects from which I can create my own project. So you can create a web project, a project with JPA, AI, etc. All these projects would be created with the functional code, required dependencies, and would be ready to run. Let's create a new project which will give us a functional REST endpoint. So typing Spring Boot new and the name of our project My App, it goes out and gets the web project from the project list and clones it for us in our My App directory. Let me cd to My App, browse it, and we can see the files. Let me open IntelliJ. Click Open, go to the My App folder, select the pom.xml file and say Open. Open as a project. Now here, going to the pom.xml file, we see it brought in the web and actuator dependencies. Under source main Java, we see that it has created a greeting model class with ID and content properties. It also created a greeting controller for the greeting endpoint, which takes in the name parameter. Let's go to the main application class and run the project. It starts on port 8080. Going to the browser, let's type localhost 8080/greeting and the name parameter with the value of Pankaj, and it comes back with the JSON response. Cool. So without having to write a single line of code, we have a Spring Boot project with a functional endpoint, and we can edit or build it out further from here. Not only you can choose a project from the project list, you can literally make a working copy of any GitHub project. For example, let me go to my GitHub page. I have a log demo project here. Let's say my team member wants to start with it as a template, but with his own project name and package name. Let's see this project in IntelliJ. It has a package name com.example.logdemo. It has a log demo controller with an endpoint which returns hello from Spring Boot. Alright, going to the terminal, let me type Spring Boot new -- name as new log demo. In the previous example, we did not specify the -- name parameter, but it took the name My App as a positional parameter. In the -- from, we can type in the GitHub repo URL of the project we want to copy from. We can optionally change the group ID to a new group ID com.mydemo, -- artifact ID to my example, -- version as 0.1, optionally package name as com.mydemo.myexample, and hit enter. It goes to the GitHub URL, refactors the project for us, and creates the project. Opening this project in IntelliJ, let's go to the folder it created and click on the pom.xml file, open as a project. We see the new package name. The POM file has all the dependencies. The controller is brought in successfully. Let's run this project. Go to the browser and type localhost 8080 and we see hello from Spring Boot. So this is how Spring CLI gives us a jump start and gives us a working project based on a template or another project. Not only this, to an existing project we can add another feature or functionality. For example, to an existing project, say we want to add JPA, and we can just use the Spring CLI to do that, and it refactors the project for us, handling the dependencies and the pom.xml file, and integrates the code. We shall see it in another video very soon. In this video, we first talked about what Spring CLI is. We then installed it, create a new Spring Boot project with a functioning endpoint with zero coding on our side, and then saw how to create a new project based on an existing GitHub project with refactoring in place. Thanks for watching.